It's the show that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Welcome back. Manic Monday edition of the fastest freaking show in MLB, absolutely anywhere, with your buddy. Big Johnny Stud coming to you worldwide. Brooklyn, New York, as always. We coming out the damn chair, as always. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. You know, we're doing pretty good. Combine's not going great, but right around flat. I may have to enter a second one. And that's what we're all about, the nuance and the context that parts your freaking nose when you roll with us, because we care. Who am I, the girl named Sugar? Follow me up on Twitter at John LaGaza Flow, sharpening the damn razor. Same handle over on Substack. Check out the pin post, all the samples of the data. I'm frankly getting tired of, shaking my hoo-has for everybody. Just find out what all hubbub is about. Thanks for supporting the YouTube channel. It means a ton. We just cracked 400 subs. That is freaking awesome. Thank you very much. I've also been thinking about trying to rein this wild bitch in a little bit. Then, of course, the fastest show in MLB anywhere for nothing. But being over an hour is just killing us. I don't want it to come out convoluted. I'm trying to work comments and shit into it. So I think I'm going to try a little bit better of a routine. If you're up early, in the comment section, you are going to get some love. We are going to shout out AM, Good Morning John. We are going to shout out Rose Bite Bite. Mr. Brian Rose 216 says, what up, crew? Drayfish up in the piece, morning. Let's make it a great day. It's great. If you're up early, waiting in front of the principal's office, you got to get the shout out. It's only right. Rest of the comments are going to wait until the end. I will get every single one. If it's betting, please put a price. That's the thing that kills me, right? Do you like this? Everybody's got a price for the $1,000 man. All right, enough of that shit. We need more of this. Oh, I forgot. I told you I was going to fucking do it. I got a timer. Let's see if this is no way it's going to work, right? But I got a timer. I got 2.5 minutes. I'm thinking each game, even with a full slate, with some bullshitting. Maybe we're 45 or under. Maybe I was going to do 2 minutes, and I was like, there's just no chance. Oh, a couple more comments before we rip. If you're in before we rip, you get the shout. Brooklyn's own 84. My God, what's going on, Brooklyn? Love it, man. Love it, love it, love it. And Jeff, honestly, Jeff, I got to shout you out because we text and stuff sometimes, and you're always supporting my work, bro. Appreciate you, bro. I really do. It means the world to me. The people that have been really riding for us the entire time. Baseball's version of 300, giving the book nothing. Take from that bitch everything. It ain't fucking man's, baby.
This is Sparta!
Damn right. All right, enough of that shit. For real. We got 10 games. Almost everything is nighttime. I want to skip the one Houston, Seattle. If I remember, we will circle back. Without any further ado, it's the best part of waking up. Oh, nothing like a piping hot mug full of fucking pitching sheets. In your mug. All right, let's do the thing. It's my boy Ryan Nelson on the bump for the Snakes with Sheeps on their back. Almost forgot to set the timer. Strike one, outside corner. Here we go. I like Nelson on its face, plus 109. Dog on the road down in B-More to face Dean Crispy Creamer and the Orioles. I think we've got the pitching edge here. If you're following the work, Nelson's been one of our guys. He was kind of one of our fantasy guys. I think we have the pitching edge. I know my boy Dream is waving the finger saying, dude, do not be shatting on Creamer. I think it's up and down. My boy has convinced me to come around. I don't think Creamer gas can anymore. I am going to worry as I scroll across the stats. You see, you don't get a lot of swing and miss. You do get very good control in getting ahead, which is really his key to success. I'd like to see him keep it down without the velo or the crazy stuff. Working up in the zone winds up with a lot of home runs. Now, Nelson's numbers are not great on his face either, though I think he produced off it. And I think we're seeing the step forward for Nelson. This year, the ERA, okay, but again, the whip, 107, really what we're looking for. Nelson got home in F5 for us last time we bet on him. As far as the offenses go, my gut says I like Baltimore talent, but Arizona right now. Baltimore's starting to get it going. Remember, right now we have year-to-date All the advanced stuff you see, X-Woba con split lefty-righty. We also have left 7. I do not split because I don't want you to make the misstep. As we go deeper into the season, we're going to have year-to-date 40, 13, 7. The 14, 30 year-to-date are going to be the robust full sets. The L7, I'm telling you, you really don't want to split L7. You really don't want to do that. It's okay to look at it. It gives you an idea if you had expectations. Let's say you were saying, well, if Baltimore would clean this up, we want to know when that happens. Sometimes L7 could be part of a leading indicator. Damn. We're just fucking out the box, fucking hot as hell today. Oh, running out of time. See, this is what happens. So I think the offenses are probably a wash. Algo has Arizona by a smidge, but they also have that frying pan emoji, which means check the sheet. Seawall 2 of 3, Loizaga 2 of 3, Thompson back-to-back, and Ginkle back-to-back. So what does that mean, everybody? We want Arizona, but we want to keep it to an F5. Right on time with the 230. The thing just freaking rang. Holy crap, that's freaking awesome. Oh, man, let's go. All right, so that was the first look at the fastest 2.5 minutes in sports. Now, I'm not going to marry myself to it necessarily. I'm already throwing it out the window right now, but it's where this goes wrong right now. Squirrel! I just know. It's where it goes wrong. So, give me Nelson. I think we have the edge. Offense is a wash, and I don't want to fuck with Arizona's bullpen in the first place. I also worry about maybe Nelson's depth, though. This is a perfect Arizona F5. I'm struggling. I've been struggling with F5 pricing. My bookie has been lagging a little bit. I wonder if we've been beating them up. So I kind of have to do this game F5 thing. But since we're thinking about pulling the trigger, yeah, I mean, listen, you're getting a plus 106 for sure. I forgot to set up my show pick sheet. Hold on just 1 second. That's been really helpful to me to kind of log the picks as they're fresh, and then I have them, and I don't have to go back through it. This would be the job of a producer. Okay, so we like Arizona F5. Let's get ready to do the next one. I think in the new abridged version, maybe we'll start with the board and work our way back. Here we go. It's Nationals. Cade Cavalli on the bump. Heavy dog. 184 on the road into Steel City to face Paulie Skeens and the Buccos. Minus 225. I mean, do we even have to debate Paulie Skeens? We know the dude is a freaking goat. You get everything. Look at the spreadsheet. Quick pitch. The info is 25-26. We also have lefty and right in that time frame. Prop stuff K, walk outs for getting pitches per start. And then 2026 only. Again, you don't want to overreact. Do we think Skeens is a 5.25 ERA pitcher? No, absolutely not. He's going to mow everyone down rest of the way. Cavalli's been good this year. The underpinning has been a little rough. I've been a little bit of a believer. I see the comments stacking up. I'm fighting the temptation, I think the fail point here is the Nats offense has been really damn good. Getting on, making contact, stealing bases. Pirates, on the other hand, not so great. They've been very top-heavy, right? It feels like O'Neill, Cruz, or nothing. Check the L7. We're even getting, we're getting separation from that analogy where Nats really sailing up. Excellent discipline, too many ground balls, but really getting everything else done. Extra bases plus steals and enough power is going to score your runs. Pirates doing shite. Swing and miss, chasing, double plays, Ks. This is not great. Man, I really hate to go up against my guy, Paulie. But you could see on the model, this is so close. This is another story for another day where when Kyle on the Source Network asked me for fair line value, like in my mind or like mathematically what I have drawn up, because those are two different things, right? That's part of the public bias favoring favorites and ace starters and stuff. So yes, I have it closer to freaking my 110. My fair price is probably more like minus 145, but I'm not there because I like Cavalli and the offense. Neither bullpen really doing it for me. For me, it's either, it's either under F5, but that's a little bit too low. The bet that I really like that I'm like afraid to say out loud is probably like a Nats F5 run line. If I could get a price on that bitch, I'm seeing plus 115 on the run line. Yo, and that's my move as we wrap it up. Man, that is just killing me. Wow, I noticed this. This timer is a workout thing, and I could set rest time. So I could actually, this would be cool. I'm gonna set game and then like a bullshit buffer time in between. Really cool. I had to go through like 15 of these damn things. Yeah, I think that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Like, do I really think the Nats like get to Skeens? No, I don't think that. But I like Cavalli, and I think he might be able to hold serve with the offensive edge. We know anybody can scratch runs against anybody. Pittsburgh's defense is not particularly good. All right, let's get ready for the next one. Oh, looks like I got 8 seconds of rest time before I pump it up. All right, let's get ready to rip it, yo. It is. I got to give credit where credit is due, because I'm the nickname guy. But this one goes out to my boy Bloomy of Bubba in the Bloom. If you're a fantasy guy, that is a must gold standard. Shout them both out. Javier Facade. Love it. Love it. Why? Look at the ERA. Look at the whip. They are not reflective whatsoever of the earn run indicators, of the command, of the control. It's just a freaking disaster. I really like, how do you keep getting away with this? 78 left on base, excuse me. 248 BABIP, single digit homer fly ball is a good way to get there. I'm just not buying it. Phillies are hitting right now. Christopher Dirty Sanchez on the other side, minus 180, heavy favorite, and with good reason. I just don't see this one happening for the Cubbies today. I guess that's reflected in the price, but I might actually want some exposure here. Where I've gotten in trouble, we got to find a team total page somewhere on the internet. There has to be a website or a book that has MLB team totals and it all on one page. I need that folded into the work here. I used to have it, so I used to be able to spit it out. It's been a total derail. I really can't get there. I'm going to have to talk in more hypotheticals. If the Phillies, for some reason, are a flat 4 or a plus money 4.5, I think we like that. I'm generally not chasing 5s at home, but I think we've got the pretty big edge here. You can see Cubs offense has not been great, though I think the underpinnings are rumbling, good discipline, good elevation. They're pulling the ball. This is what we like to see. They are talented. I think the Cubs will get it going against Dirty Sanchez. Probably not a good day for that to start. Last 7, man, funny. I thought the Phillies were really hitting. This is why we have statistics. Hasn't really been the case. I mean, homers and steals, but I'm kind of powdering it right now, man. Phillies offense maybe not as strong as I had thought. Their bullpen has been really great. They're winning a ton of games. So I was kind of leaning towards like a chalky run line kind of cover. That's just where my work is taking me. That's plus 115. If not, I think Phillies are a money line donkey pair. I don't know if I got any right off the bat that are kind of jumping out. Maybe it's Crochet, but that'll do it. I got to get moving. That was the timer. If I can, it was too close to showtime. If I could figure out I would love like a buzzer, right? Like a pardon the interruption buzzer would be freaking awesome. Okay, I'm not going to do whatever it thinks I'm going to do and answer the double-digit comments and totally derail the show. I just see it in the corner of my eye. It's like twitching. All right, let's get back on track. I'm forever torn on these. I legit am forever torn on these plays. Right, you saw how I mentioned the team total whenever I think that you could get a cover because I'm a pussy. But I have a mean outcome of almost a run and a half. So I'm gonna put the Philly run line, and hope to lean into Assad. Again, I'm trying to pop over every few seconds and bring up the MyBookie F5 page. Again, I'm all about speed. They also have great prices, but when you can get that single page in one spot, it's going to level up your entire game. No accident. It's why the books are not so keen on it. Okay, it is actually up right now. Hit me up if you want a referral. We both get some shit. I wanted to see the cover price for the F5, but why bother? It's not like the Cubs bullpen is some monster. Palencia pitched back-to-back. Everyone else is rested. That was the main piece. So they're not on the Cook Bullpen report, but I don't know if you're going to see him a third day in a row. All right, let's get ready to move it on again. Who the fuck? What? It's Yusei Kikuchi. I say he's a gas can on the bump for the Angels, plus 150 dog on the road against the New York Yankees. And Willie Warren, minus 180 favorite. All right, listen. I'm a huge Yankee fan. Legit, it's one of the, it like ties myself and my dad together. Some of my memories growing up, getting yelled at, watching him play against the fucking Mariners up till 2 o'clock in the morning. My son's nursery, when he was out young, was decorated with Yankees. Now he's, not so much baseball. Could happen. But baseball, very important. Yankees, very important. I used to joke, my son's nursery and, my blood is pinstriped. Warren should not be a minus 180 favorite against anybody. When you're seeing these prices, you really got to start thinking either over or nothing. Kikuchi, I know we could be thinking, right, well, what about like Angel stuff? I don't necessarily think Warren is bad. I just don't think he's priced properly. I think Kikuchi is bad. I think the Yankees offense is like the beach ball that we're holding down. Look at the board right here. I have the Yankees clipped. And again, this is not standing for the Yankees. They're striking out, but they're walking and they're not chasing. Listen, that means you're identifying strikes. They're putting the ball in the air, they're hitting it hard, and they're pulling it and it's on a double-digit barrel rate. Yankees right now are suffering from a very low BABIP. The ball is not falling. It's going to happen. The offense is good. Okay, I don't mean to stand for my crew, unless it's the Corked Stats crew, then, you know what I mean? Take a bullet for you fucks. But we got to be realistic. The Yankees offense right now looks like shit because it's not happening. You can see the L7. Bad average again. No OBP. It's all the same crap, but the underpinning stuff is still strong. Angels still doing the sellout thing, which is why we don't want to look to crush them. Oh, the Yankees, bro. Angels suck. Can't be doing that. Bullpen may be a tough scene for the Angels. Yankees pen has been crazy. That still doesn't mean that we don't get the over here. Just when you're thinking over, remember, heavy favorite at home. You're only thinking 8.5 runs. The emoji now labeled, thank you, Toast, wind blowing out. It's at a 9. So, you know me, homie. If we're pairing these things, I like to look for the alts, and it's the one time that I'll actually like consider paying any kind of juice. Of course, I hit the wrong button. I pushed the button. No, I pushed the button. Again, for as expensive as a lot of the juice stuff is, what I find interesting is those runs, that alt line run is one of the cheaper available runs, right? I don't want to make any too hard of a declaration here, but that is objective. It's one of the cheaper runs. Now, this one is not, because the 9 moved to 9.5, and schmeh. So I don't like to play for 10 runs. I do think we're going to get offense, but I'm going to go tanks. But no tanks. Maybe in these cases, right, when all else fails, then maybe if you're looking for the sharp play, for me, the sharp play is Angels plus 1.5, minus 120, right? We have all the runouts where we win, and then all the runouts where we keep it close, and then those few runouts where we're down 2 and the Yankees allow 1 to run in. Next up, 2 of my boys going on the bump. I hate these split the baby situations. Yuri Perez on the bump for the Fish, plus 120 dog anytime we could. Geez, I hate to bet blind or make like absolutes, right? Only Siths speaking absolutes. That was my Cody Rhodes impression. Well, it's WrestleMania season, right? Why not? Yuri Perez as dog, F5 bet. But Yuri Perez dog, me bet F5. me bet plus money, Yuri. Now, is he plus money on the F5? We don't always know. It is plus 117. Yo, I love Grant Holmes. He's got the Metallica, James Hetfield, Hulk Hogan, fucking Fu Manchu. That shit is badass. He's the man. He's also very, very good on a per inning basis, probably better than the stats allow. He dealt with some injuries last year. He's off to a phenomenal start this year. Yuri Perez has not. I don't want to say I don't care, but I really don't care. Yuri's got the goods. He's generally been a little bit unlucky, and with that skill set and the underpinning stuff, I'm always going to look for a pendulum swing toward the trajectory, especially when pendulum swing towards the track record, right? To reassume trajectory. Well, hold on. That was just too smart. And that he's going to be good. There are so many comments now. I'm starting to worry that, like, there's no sound. Okay, damn it. Okay, that's not the case. I looked just to make sure, because that's happened. I've been the person in that where it's like, dude, you're talking to nobody. I run sound tests and shit, but you literally never know. All right, so I bought myself an extra 10 seconds. Comes down to the offenses, right? I think the public is still stuck on Miami trash. Now, if the public is stuck on Braves good, they'd be correct, right? Braves, after last season, up off the mat. Oh, yes. So they're a danger. And it's with good reason to be scared, right? But the Marlins are not trash. The Marlins are good. They're doing a lot of things that we like correctly. Last couple of days has been a little rough on the output end. But again, lots of contact, stealing bases, getting on. Like, these are the things that we like as a floor, right? If you're looking for, like, pesky underdogs, that's a really good way to get there. Bullpen also, surprisingly, has been very good. It's on both sides. Maybe the Braves, not as surprising. They were already good. Then they bring in Robert Suarez to kind of bolster Iglesias. And, that's a really, really crazy 1-2 punch. So let me see. I guess Algo says, I've got Miami by a hair through 5. Atlanta actually edging them out by the end. If this total is still FG08, I think I have a case for the under. Again, the 145 favorite is playing at home, giving the assumption of a missing 9th frame, right bottom of the 9th. I don't have either team modeled over 4. So if we're playing the model, right? No, it's very easy to say, well, you have both teams to 4 and 3-8 at least. It means, right, you round up to 4. Yes, but on a mean, you're not there, right? So the average shot is below that 4. So the distribution curve is falling short of it. There's a lot below that. And then you have to double that because it goes on both sides. And then again with the favorite, I think we could have like a 4-3 here, right? We used to call this the dog fight, the 4-3 dog fight, trying to keep the bitch under 8. I don't know if I'm going to print and go live on this, but I think that's the play. Surprised with these pitchers that it's under, under 8. Oh, the Yankees and Angels I didn't mark. I guess if I had to mark, like, the show pick would have been the full game Angels 1.5. Maybe it's even the F5 run line. I forgot to check. Sorry to backtrack. It's even money. Always kind of that benchmark. Also, you see the wind is a thing today. Ball could be blowing. It could get 1 million runs. So, if you're one of the 10 run people, 9.5, I think you're fine. Even in that case, I kind of like the idea of button you get down to the 9. If you're pairing, of course. You give the juice to get down to the 9 where that 5-4 push won't lay waste to the entire parlay. All right, let's get back on track. I went off the timer a little bit, but again, just keeping time. I thought this is a real dad moment I'm having right now. We're making good time. We're making good time. We could stop at the Mickey Mantle rest stop over here. We're making great time. So yeah, man, I love Yuri, but I get it's been a little scary. I'll do a little deep dive on my own, but I'm not worried. He's a GOAT. It's still early. Next up, it's Garrett Crochet in the Red Laundry on the hill. Heavy favorite on the road against Bailey. It's Ober and the Twinks plus 140. Ober, if I'm not mistaken, gave us a good outing. Last time he did, but the season stats are still trash. I just think it's over for him. I think the velo dip and his style of pitching, I know I'm scrolling around, didn't mean to make anybody dizzy, but it's a lot of a bad fastball that he throws up in the zone and doesn't locate well. For a guy with very good command and control, generally, those are the guys that can survive with bad four-seamers up because they get it up at the forehead. You know, it's up at the brim of the hat. It's not down up at my second chin where it goes out. Red Sox offense, really nothing to write home about. Crochet goes out saying he's like absurdly good. You know, he's like offensively good. I think even what we've seen is, you know, just the tip of the iceberg. Twins offense sans Lewis again. They strike out too much. That's not going to help against Crochet. The sellout stuff has worked for them. Or are they going to be able to do enough? Not so sure. Twins versus lefties has been a strong split. So maybe it's good. I had been carrying that as bad, thinking about like Matt Wallner, but they've kind of pushed him down. Same for Bell. But it looks like Buxton, Martin, Keishkel, Jeffers, Caratini. Bell is also a switch, but I think we want Bell the other way. Brooks Leaves a switch, but I think we might want him the other way. I forget. Regardless, I think Crochet shoves. I'm having a hard time buying into this sample with that talent to get me to where it's going to overcome Crochet, Boston offense. I want to take a quick look before we run out of time. L7, we're seeing the stuff that we like starting to tick up with the talent load. I think we could be seeing the Boston offense kind of shape into form. I've got them for a clean win. It's always going to be hard to, I don't want to say justify, but it's always going to be hard to model a minus 170 with a team that's has been okay. You know, the Twins are 9-7. We saw the hitting stats. They're hitting. And again, the bullpen that I thought would be shit is shit. So keep that in mind. Also, maybe that's a hint for an over. Or even that Boston team total. Here we go again, man. Right, maybe if I have a separate tab just for the stupid team totals. I have to look. Like I have a thirst, right? We're degenerates, and we're not degenerates for nothing. I need to see this Boston team total. I'm very curious where this is priced. Remember, I'm a little more enthused because Boston on the road, I say guaranteed, but, you know, on this earth, nothing is guaranteed. But we're more or less, you know, we're definitely expecting there to be a ninth frame. Team prop for the Bo Sox. Now, they're 4.5 plus 115. Maybe I feel pretty good about that. I like to attack, you know, home run pitchers for totals. And I think we could get that. Now, I've got Boston a little bit low on the model for that. I really do. So maybe you have to be a little bit adventurous, or the other case would be, I'm going to mark this one just to remind me I'll make a determination. Because this kind of fits in the bin with Philly. The problem is I don't have it modeled nearly as high, right? That's a pretty tremendous disparity. It's a half a run. So this almost feels like a Boston plus Philly. I don't necessarily like to put all my eggs in one basket. So I might print Boston, Philly, maybe because they're both plus money. Maybe I print the two run lines. Again, if you bet them both evenly and you hit one, it's a profitable venture. You could bet Philly and ignore Boston. You don't like to pay that. You could pay the one minus 195 and say you have a win. Again, we get into the theoreticals of justifying fucking heavy juice. All right, that one ran a little bit over the timer, but again, the timer really just kind of keeping me in check. So I think Boston wins and it's clean. I'm a little bit worried about a run line disappointment, right? I feel like I'm trying to express this properly. But I do think they get there, and I do think they score runs, and I'm questioning that low run total from Boston model, calculating something I'm not seeing on the surface. Next up, Gavin Williams on the bump for the Guards, minus 118 on the road against Mr. Freedom, Matthew Liberatore, and the Redbirds under the beautiful arch out there in the Midwest, minus 102 for the Devil Magicians. Damn Cardinals. Nobody brings me more agony because I'm always wrong about them, and then more joy in, at the end of the day, I'm a process guy, right? At the end of the day, I'm a like do the right thing guy. It's kind of my brand. And that's what the Cardinals do. They build from within, and it's always on discipline and playing the right way. And for some reason, it doesn't resonate with me. Like, I'd be a perfect Cardinals fan. They are like the Rocky story, the blue collar fucking yo-yo story. And I don't know, I just don't like the Cardinals. I fade them constantly. This is a case of no big nose in the big spreadsheet. Model likes the Cardinals a little bit more F5 than full game. Let's take a brief little looky-loo. As much as I want to back Gavin Williams, and the ERA has been very, very good, I can't back the command, the control, and the bad fastball. I'm just not buying it. And this year, he shoved. I'm sorry, I just think it's a disaster waiting to happen. If it doesn't, we know the talent and the pedigree was there. Maybe he's deserving of a deeper assessment. I just thought of something else. I'm going to keep a note. Guys that need the deeper dive. Right, just a quick look. Now, when we make the move over to 2026, some of these things will be revealed, but I don't want to be guessing in the meantime. Liberatore, another case of a trajectory guy. Big pedigree, first round. Started to see him kind of pitch really well end of last year, right? But it's not bleeding through the stats. And now we're kind of seeing it come to fruition. I think Liberatore is taking that step forward. Not that you're ever getting this like blow away, put away strikeout stuff. That's not the game. It's going to be like wily veteran presence in the young body. And just doing a lot of the boring stuff. Right? You get in command. He's not going to walk anybody. Generally, I guess we think of more ground balls. He's usually good at working up. I would like to see the 26 stuff. I don't have it on hand. Offense, I think the Cardinals have the clear edge. I've really not been hot on the Guards. DeLauder went nuts. He kind of cooled down. Maybe I know he had an extra base hit the other day. Maybe that's starting to happen. Sorry, I was on Lefty, by the way, if you were following along and wondering why that didn't jive. Guardians starting to clean up the discipline that maybe they've been known for. Always a good sign. Lift plus pull is starting to come into effect. So it's not that I dislike the Guardians personally, right? If they're doing the things that we like, I will come around. Last seven starting to look strong, and it's all the stuff that we love. So like Guardians starting to, do a little bit of a surge. Cardinals, on the other hand, let's see. The approach has been so strong all year. The lack of chase, taking walks, getting on. Just enough power, stealing base. I mean, the power is really all centered around Walker. He's going ham. But he hit another, 2 this freaking weekend or whatever. So maybe as talking through it, this one's maybe is closer than I thought. And the Cardinals bullpen is kind of crap. So if I like the Cardinals, I'm staying F5. I have a feeling the bullpen coughs it up again. I don't know if I can get on this one. Like I said, I'm just starting to, there were enough, flags, Cleveland's starting to hit. Maybe they scratch it. Williams is looking sharp. Maybe he shoves us around. So I kind of doing the pussy face. Once you have the third stink face, I'm out. Play by the model, though. And this I still think is fully viable. Would be St. Louis F5 because of the model output and because of the pricing. We could easily get there. right? We never want to even let contradictory analysis like totally push us, right? That'd be like talking to somebody really smart and having them sway you. I shouldn't be blowing anybody's mind, right? Once you're, well, maybe if you're just getting over to the show and you're like, what the fuck have I been doing with my baseball all the time? You know, that's different. Once you're here for a little bit, you kind of know what you're getting, right? You're forming opinions. People like, you know, Mark and AM and Brian and Jason, people that make it known, right? They're doing work. You can't bring that kind of smoke as a follower or listener. I hate follower. I'm sorry. I hate it. Just bothers me. I know the website's called it's a technical term, theoretical. No. It shows that you're doing the work, right? Your hands in the dirt, your nose to the grindstone. So I'm gonna go with like a milk toasty Cardinals F5 and moving on. I went over my time a little bit there, but again, we're doing really well. So maybe this is like the right way. Next up, we got Nasty Neat Eovaldi in the Naughty Jungle of Love on the road in Sacramento against Luis Severino and the Elephants bouncing on beach balls. Severino just especially bad in that park. His style does not play. I am really, really tempted to bet the Texas money line. Not to say this is a trap. These setups are traps sometimes. Again, Eovaldi v. Severino minus 130 is tasty. What's the issue? The ballpark. That 9 is an issue. It's there for a reason. I don't want to say I don't care. Somebody's got to win. But you fucking with me with that one. It's like the books are really fucking with me with that one because I don't see it that way. Again, the model is telling us to rein it in. But I don't tell it what to say. I just built a paper airplane and fucking throw it. Then I grade how close it gets to the mark and make adjustments when justified. Perhaps the answer, right? Somebody's out there in the back row waving their hands. Isn't this where we look for a team total? For Texas, the answer is yes. And maybe that's the move. That would be further justified in the model. Texas team total is 4.5 minus 115. Plus we're a favorite, but we're on the road. Kind of check. You get exposed to the really poor Severino splits. How's his season started? It's been gross, but we know the splits are really bad. Again, his style is just not good. He's wild and pitching to contact and up in the zone. Can't be in these pinball ballparks doing that shit. Texas offense has really not been great, but they're hitting the ball hard. They've hit some home runs, which is kind of what we're looking for. Overall, it's been Mr. Toad's wild ride. Both of these teams may be mirroring each other. So I'll take close to call when I think we have like the clearest of pitching edges. You know, Eovaldi, even with baked-in pinball machine Sacramento, Texas has to win this one. But again, the sharpest bet, I think, because of the removed variables, is got to be Texas full game. I'm going to put that as the show pick because I also really like the price. Oftentimes, these team totals, let me wrap this and then I'm going to do that, are freaking juiced, you know, hard, especially in a Colorado, in a Cincinnati, in Sacramento. So the thing I wanted to get out, let me shout out some people here. Just really quick, a bunch of green screens this morning. You know, hit me up on Twitter if you want to let people know. I'll hit you up. Of course, Jason924 as always. Then Jason James. Also, there was a couple more. I'm losing them right now. The reason I want to mention them, two things. It's looking like now the team totals, again, have been a strength. Two interesting ways to attack this. Jason uses both teams to score. Interesting one. So, like, for example, athletics, you could find both teams to score 4 or both teams to score 3. and apply that, price mechanism or whatever, and hitting those. Check out his Twitter handle. He's got the green screen printed. And I think Jason was maybe referring to Jason, talking about the alt totals. I know scoring is down, so we want to be easy. That's why I'm in the combine, baby. This is why. I'm free and easy. I'm thinking with so much clarity right now. But those alt totals also offer a pathway to some success. Again, be thinking, who is the favorite? Where are they playing? What does the bullpen look like? Right, team totals are exposing yourself to bullpens. And if the top end of a good bullpen is rested and the price is close, you got to be expecting to see aces in the back end. And then you have to adjust, model projections. That's why I could put out a model the night before. It's not going to be good. And I could put out the F5 model the night before, but the pricing is now it's kind of a kick in the balls. All right, let's get out of here. We're at 41 minutes. We're doing good. Last one. We'll run through some comments and we'll get the hell out of here. This is really what I want the show to be. Absolutely, like 100%. 2.5 minutes. Maybe I could shave it down a touch when we start to get into the 15 gamers, but we'll see. David Peterson and the Let's Go Mets go on the road in Hollywood. Always up to no good against Jason Robleski and the Trolley Dodgers. Minus 175 for LA. Mets plus 144. Wind blowing out. Total at 9. So that probably says all I'm needing to say. Dodgers plays up big time. When the winds go in. Actually, now I'm seeing 8.5. So now it's actually good to get back into this. I didn't like it at 9. I think we might like the over here. What's the only hiccup? Again, favorite at home. Losing the frame. But Robleski is good. Not sure if he's great. The underpinning stuff is better than the 4.28 ERA over the 75 and 2/3. Fastball checking out. A little bit of command issues with some bad luck. But again, it's not a big swing and strike. Not really inducing chases. Mets offense has been just supremely disappointing. Mets team OL7 is atrocious. Oh my gosh, horrendous. And the Dodgers are hitting, just doing everything. Ugh, I hate I'm rolling my eyes, even though it's a bet that people make and win on. This just feels like Dodger run line cover. Ugh, gag me, right? Mets bullpen has pitched well. So is the Dodgers bullpen, right? What's the hang up to that over? Now, I still probably like it at 9. The weather, which I marked, is what pushed us over the top. Gotta be honest, and that's why I put it. I didn't want you to see, 9.15, and it's windy. We're over. This is wind adjusted. And we're over. I can't front, right? We're over. We have both teams to 4, which a 4-4 tie gets you to 9. We have the Dodgers close to 5. The bell curve, the distribution curve is going to get you there with the Mets. Also over 4. Those overlaps are hits. I have to put over because of the environment and the chance that somebody just completely collapses. Mets kind of bounce back, but I don't feel great about it. I almost wish that it would have stayed at 9, and then I would have just said to fade. All right, so that'll do it for the game-by-game breakdowns, which I wanted to consolidate so listeners can listen, which is what listeners do. Okay, there's a shit ton of comments. I want to do a blitz and blow, as we used to say, in the local. Okay, let's go. People shouting each other out, which I love to see. We got Will up in the piece. Good morning to you. Good morning. AM, talking about the Washington game. F5 under, F5 Nats, TTU. Yeah, listen, anytime you're facing Skeens, I could buy it. I'll be honest, this is one of the times I'm a little bit worried. The Nats have been really, really pesky, and chalk just seems to not be working. But like that's a play. Yeah, obviously, I don't want to turd in the punch bowl there. Brooklyn zone goes Nats plus 1.5. Yeah, like that's where I'm at. I like the F5 a little bit better, but yeah, Yeah, that's where I'm at. The Nats have just been, again, so pesky. Pittsburgh is kind of blown. So I think all the anything playing close is there. Love this. B Rose. Any offense going to continue to make a smoke screen pitcher look like Cy Young? It's my Phils. They ain't clearing 3. Yeah. I didn't know you were. I didn't know you were a Philly. I didn't know you were a Philly guy, bro. But I think they get to Assad because I think everybody gets to Assad. Jeff is in there. Bavada has a TT betting page. Thank you very much. Give me a second. I'm not even gonna go look for it. I'm just gonna open it so I don't forget because and then it's gone. Oh, I really hope that's the case. I'll go fishing around. Jeff, if that's so, you're the man, brother. Jason dropping in. What's going on, player? How we doing? AFKG. Hey, John, being to catch the live stream here, finally able to make it happen. Appreciate the hard work. No, I appreciate you guys and girls for tuning in. Also, I appreciate constructive criticism. There were a few people that had DM me like, yo, man, I hate like ever saying anything bad, but the move over to YouTube is great. I didn't want to say that the Twitter streams were not great. Yo, let me know. The same way if you have a stat you want to add that. You know, no, like absolutely. If I got it, I'm gonna put it like this. That's what this shit is 1,000% all about. YouTube is a superior video stream, and guess what? The subs there and the views there actually help me. Unlike Twitter, they do not help you at all. If anything, they might actually serve to hurt you, which is a shame, right? I don't know. At the very least, and you can't be a paid sub, which I get. Not everyone could do that. You could full-throat support this show by commenting and liking and shit. That stuff is like a legitimate support, you know, monetizable support. So thank you. You know what I mean? Jason, appreciate you, man, for everything. Just getting in there and helping me kind of organize stuff. I see you in the Substack chat sometimes. Really appreciate you. Get ready to go live. I'm on it. Also, I was thinking if you wanted to do like you mentioned a hitter things. I don't know if you have time. If you don't, I'll get somebody else because I don't want to overload you, but you get to keep the winning. If you want to do like a hitter base hit parlay, all the guys I have, I don't get to that. I'll pay for that also. I want to see how these things do. We might be really great at this and not doing anything with it. I just want to show people. People want to know. So, yeah, thanks for all the hard work to everybody. AM says Kikuchi, fly ball, strong win, think the Yankee, righty bats wake up. That's kind of what I'm saying. And now, that to me, that's a team total thing. Because I just can't pay that juice for war. Like I just can't get there. That's ace stuff, like real legit ace stuff. I don't remember if I checked the Yankees team total. I'm still doing the caveman DK. I'm going to try the Bovada thing. Like the second I get out of here, I have to produce the podcast and then it'll be first because it's a major time save for me. Team props, Yankees 5.5 plus 105. Maybe you do want the run line if it's good money. So again, it always comes down to fucking price. Let's see who's in there. Brooklyn again. Avoiding that one. Oh, there's my boy Mark. Good morning. How we doing, player? Jason says, is it me? Or does DK not have alt team totals or the daily special? Tampa. Jason, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. We are, as John McClane would say, right? We're the thorn in the side, a monkey in the wrench, whatever the fuck that means. We are direct opposition to them. I'm not saying, oh, they're scared of us, they won't post it. Yeah, I'm watching, brother. Where we fuck these people up is when model drops before the show. That whole area is, I don't know who the fuck is using this. I literally have no idea. You know, the emails I see, a lot are anonymous. I don't know. I know for a fact, because people have reached out to me, that there are a few people involved with, I know one at Circle, one at Pinnacle, you know, kind of true like line making, using it to check. Now, these are not even the books we're talking about, so I'm not trying to gas myself up too much here. But we know there are switch pullers and market makers with the fucking eyeball on our work just to see. Again, it's so fucking cheap. Like, if you care about this at all, if you even like to learn, it's worth the educational. But think about these serious people. I basically work for them for nothing. Like, I work. They're like, yo, I have a full-time MLB modeler, and this fat idiot works for me for $88 a year, and then he also does it for, a dozen other places. Listen, it is what it is. If you're sharp enough to get in there and be using stuff, but that's what's going on, right? The push and the pull. I don't think it's a coincidence. My bookie is slow to post F5s as we've promoted them with the best F5 lines. Like, at a certain point, you have to think your rowing is making some of the motion. Brooklyn's on Twins F5 with the plus money. Of course, I forget all the matchups already. That's interesting. And to me, that's just, I look at that and I go, that's sharp. And then when it loses, people go, oh, what did you think? That's how baseball's played. You're getting the price. I don't want to discourage you. I'll be honest. I don't think it's hitting. If I liked the Twins to get to crochet, I would just be betting totals. That's my stance. Brian E., of course, what day would be a day? What up, my boy? Good morning, crew. Appreciate everybody. We got some love for the Guardians going on in the chat. Mark Jordan says good morning. Good morning to you also. Appreciate you guys and girls. You Damn Thief says, yo, John, first full week of betting returned 8.2%, especially these pitching sheets. Hold on, watch this. I just took a screenshot. Yes. Also, this means very much to me, right? We want to see the progress. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Right? We're staying within ourselves. We're playing smart. We have the data. We're doing the analysis. We're thinking together. I mean, wisdom of the crowd. So this is really great stuff, man. Love to see it, Thief. Jason says, I'm in. Can't wait. And Brooklyn's own says, let's go. I am down. So from all of us here at Corked Stats, we very much appreciate you. Please subscribe to the channel. I can't believe we hit 400 people so fast. The channel was out there. I never posted to it. And yeah, it's been really great. It really means a lot. I'll get to all the comments during the day and after the breakdown, right? So if you don't have the time for that shit, I want everyone to know I'm thinking about everybody. I also know I have shows where I wish they were the full hour. I want the extra half hour. I want the bonus coverage. Some people have the data work and stuff at driving and shit, where you could listen all day and you love to be engaged with this stuff. So let me know how I can make it any better for you and how we can get you to, get with these hoo-has and get with the Substack where all your dreams come true. $2 a week, get your 5 heads of shit in a 2-pound box. That will do it from us on this Manic Monday. So thanks for picking up what we're putting down. I guess I'll do it. What's left? Enjoy the games. Enjoy the day. When we're done with the book, enjoy the pay. And remember, when you work this hard,